Imagine this. You rent an apartment, but instead of paying monthly rent, you give the landlord $1 million upfront, all at once. And then you live here for 4 years completely rent-free. No monthly payments. And when the contract ends, the landlord gives you every single dollar back. No interest, no rent, just your money, exactly as it was. If that sounds strange to you, that's because it is. This kind of system barely exists anywhere in the world. But in Korea, this has been one of the most common ways people rent homes. It's called Jeonse. And for over 50 years, this system actually worked until recently, when thousands of tenants discovered something terrifying. The landlord couldn't pay them back. For some, that money was their entire life savings. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Sean, and this is Korea Properly, where we show you Korea beyond the media. So first, how did tenants ever trust this system? How do people hand over hundreds of thousands of dollars and believe they'll get it back? To understand Jeonse, you have to understand a bit about Korean society. Imagine a couple living in Seoul. They've both been working hard, saving money for years. Finally, they've saved up around $800,000. In most countries, that would be the start of a down payment to buy a home. But in Korea, that money plays a completely different role. It becomes a Jeonse deposit. They hand over all their money to a landlord and move into the apartment. For the next 4 years, no rent, no payments to the landlord at all, just basic maintenance fees. Then the contract ends and the landlord returns the full $800,000. Sounds great for the tenant, right? But then you start wondering, why would any landlord agree to this? The answer goes back to Korea's economic growth. In the 1970s and 80s, Korea was growing rapidly. But interest rates were extremely high, sometimes 15 to 20%. So if you had a large amount of money, you could earn a lot just by investing it. And landlords realized something. Instead of collecting monthly rent, what if they took a large lump sum upfront and invested it? For example, if a landlord received $150,000 deposit, they could earn around $22,000 a year at 15% return. No chasing rent, no late payments. Tenants also benefited. Instead of paying rent every month, they made a one-time deposit and got it all back later. That's how Jeonse became a win-win system. Over time, Jeonse became more than just rent. It became a way to build wealth. Young couples would start in a small Jeonse apartment, save more money, move to a bigger place, and eventually buy their own home. Landlords also use the system to expand. They could use one tenant's deposit to buy another property and repeat the process. This system helped fuel Korea's real estate boom for decades, but it relied on one critical assumption. Housing prices would always go up. And recently, that assumption started to break. Interest rates dropped, housing prices slowed down, and suddenly, landlords face a serious problem. Jeonse deposits must be returned in full. If a landlord had multiple tenants, they might need to return millions of dollars all at once. Usually, they would solve this by finding a new tenant and using that deposit to pay the previous one. But when the market cools down, that chain breaks. And the moment it breaks, everything becomes risky. In recent years, Jeonse scams have surged in Korea. Some landlords collected deposits higher than the actual value of the property. Others built complex systems with loans and multiple properties. At first, it worked. As long as prices kept rising, everyone got their money back. But when the market slowed down, the entire structure collapsed. And suddenly, thousands of tenants faced a nightmare. For many, that deposit was their life savings. One wrong rental decision and everything was gone. It showed just how quickly this unique system could turn into a disaster. Since then, Korea's housing system has been slowly changing. Jeonse is declining. Monthly rent is rising. Younger generations especially are becoming more skeptical of Jeonse. And for foreigners living in Korea, monthly rent is often the safer option. It's simpler and there's no risk of handing over a massive deposit. Still, Jeonse remains one of the most unique housing systems in the world. For a long time in Korea, real estate wasn't just a place to live. It was financial security, a family asset, a path to the middle class. Jeonse helped millions of Koreans climb the ladder. But now, that system is changing. Driven not just by Korea, but by global economics, interest rates, and shifting investment trends. And the next generation may have to find a completely different path. So what do you think of Jeonse? How do people rent or own homes where you live? I'm curious, let me know in the comments. And in the next video, we'll continue exploring the real Korea beyond the media. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This was Sean from Korea Properly.